Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining the Introduction to iFormBuilder webinar. My name is Lisa Smith, and I have Liza Armstrong here with me. And to go over the agenda for today, we're going to start by explaining what iFormBuilder is. Then we're going to go over integrations, and we're going to discuss our customers as well as our case studies.
So before we dive into iFormBuilder, we first want to discuss who we are as a company, Zerion. So to us, the Zerion way is what makes us unique. We are more than just the team behind the software. We are your professional problem solvers and your unique builders. We celebrate the creation of value and continual learning, not just for our team members, but also for our customers. One aspect we take a great deal of pride in is our customer success team. They are our champions, and of course, they're your biggest supporters. These are the people who work intimately with our users to guide, create, and of course, help you reach the highest level of success. So we are here today because good data has a lot of power, but it can be really difficult to harness. So that's where Zerion comes in. Our mission is to empower our users not just to collect this data, but to turn that data into something meaningful. Zerion is overall here with you for the long haul. As you grow, we grow. We're here to help create the best solution for your individual needs and company needs.
So what is iFormBuilder? So within iFormBuilder, we offer every type of element that you can imagine. So just to name a few, that would be counter widgets, signature widgets, and we allow you to create business logic within your forms. In terms of being able to collect data offline, iFormBuilder was built assuming offline data collection, so you don't need that internet connection until you're ready to sync those records. Just to talk about Enterprise API, it allows you to connect with other applications and build some custom integrations. Within iFormBuilder, you can have you can build JavaScript, and the JavaScript allows you to create a more complex form. iFormBuilder has unmatched security. In the event that your device has been lost or stolen, we do offer a remote device wipe, and we also offer element level encryption. We support GDPR as well as HIPAA, just to name a few. And iFormBuilder is supported in the AU cloud, the UK cloud, as well as the US cloud. Some of our companies are Bosch and Lomb, as well as Hologic, Behringer Ingelheim, and Bayer Crop Science. And so for integrations with iFormBuilder, you can integrate with hardware and software. In terms of software, we do have a few things listed. So Salesforce, Slack, Dropbox. And in terms of hardware, we do have customers that are integrating Blue thermometers, Zebra printers, as well as scanners into iFormBuilder. And there may be some software or hardware that you're using that you don't see on this slide. No worries. Just reach out to us and we'll be happy to get that integrated for you. Okay, so in terms of customers, we do have customers that are in the agricultural field, the engineering field, electric utilities, healthcare, and NGO. Some of our customers that are within the agriculture field, they're using iFormBuilder for farm field inspections, as well as, and in our engineering side, we have customers that are using iFormBuilder for manhole inspections. To go into electric and utilities, some of our customers are using iFormBuilder for vehicle maintenance, for pole inspections, as well as for vegetation management. And then on the healthcare side, we have customers that are using iFormBuilder for observation sheets, for patient rounding, and we have NGOs that are using iFormBuilder for surveys. And some of our customers include Yum Brands, AECom, Jacobs, Dudek, the advisory board, just to name a few.
So before we dive further into the platform, we first want to talk about some of our current customers that are using iFormBuilder. So the first customer we're going to discuss is Concern Worldwide. So Concern has nearly 50 years of experience with providing humanitarian aid all around the world. Concern relies on field workers who go into the field to listen to the needs of families and communities to identify any sort of problems in order to craft sustainable solutions. But before iFormBuilder came along, it was really difficult for them to accomplish these tasks because they were based with pen and paper data collection methods, and this required a lot of extensive processing and too much manual input. So their main goal was to standardize indicators and surveys, and we were able to provide them a solution that was easy to use, it decreased human error, eliminated the manual entry, secure, and of course worked in an offline environment and was available for immediate syncing once they were available to internet. Now, when a field worker enters a home, a consent form is used as permission to proceed. Then, a second form follows and identifies the family's eligibility to take part in the survey. Now, of course, these questions must be worded properly, so scripts are included for field workers to make sure there is consistency. Then, the information collected is automatically sent to dashboards, which provides easy-to-read results and very simple reporting. Now, using these solutions, Concern can not only track the areas of need, but also whether these specific initiatives are making a difference or if new plans need to be put in place to move forward. Overall, they are now more efficient than ever before and can spend more time focusing on what really matters.
So University of Miami Health Systems, they're using iFormBuilder for sanitation tracking in hospitals, as well as for in-house inspections and for inventory management. And prior to using iFormBuilder, they were spending a lot of time collecting data on pen and paper using clipboards. So now that they're using iFormBuilder, they were able to reduce the time spent collecting data and spend more time working in the field. We introduced automation to them, and we've also streamlined the reporting process while helping to increase their productivity.
Now, the last customer we're going to discuss is Tetra Tech. So Tetra Tech provides consulting, engineering, program management, and even construction management services worldwide. So they're also part of the Superfund Technical Assessment and Response Team. Basically, this means that they are responsible for responding to emergencies. So back in 2014, 2015, they were responsible for supporting the Flint, Michigan during the Flint water crisis. Before iFormBuilder came along, Tetra Tech collected data using pen and paper, and all of their data had to be manually entered. This method was, of course, very unreliable and slow while trying to respond to a crisis. So our goal became, how can we help Tetra Tech be prepared to respond to emergencies? So when Tetra Tech began working with iFormBuilder, they used our integration with Zerion. This gave them the power to collect data that was instantly available through a real-time dashboard that used mapping applications to provide a detailed overview of all of the information that was collected. Now, thanks to this integration, their teams in Flint were able to identify the homes in need of water sampling. Once a home was identified, their surveyor could use the app to collect data not just about the occupants, but also the physical water sampling itself. So overall, by replacing pen and paper with iFormBuilder, Tetra Tech was able to completely transform their data collection process. They can now spend less time in the field and instead spend more time on better decision making and better responses.
So now it's time to dive in. I'm going to show you some forms that I have on my device. So that's going to be our front end. And then after that, we're going to build a form together. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, great. So now that we're logged in, you can see I have a few forms on my device. So I have a roofing inspection form, a health and safety incident report form, a few demo forms, and then I have a Powered by Manatee form. So that's going to be our barcode scanner form, and we're going to start with the roofing inspection form. So within this form, I want to go over some elements that you see. So the first two elements have an asterisk by it, and that means that these elements are required fields, and you won't be able to sync your record until these fields have been completed. So the project number, this is a number field, and I'm just going to put in the number 4. The building name, let's just call this a red building. And then the next element is actually a subform. So it's going to take me to another form that allows me to collect more data within the form. The roofing number, so I'm just going to put 4 again. The roofing type, this is going to be a pick list, and I'm just going to select cedar shakes. Issue type, this is a required text area. And we do have a text field and a text area. The difference between the two is the text area allows you to put more text in it than just a regular text field. So you can have more characters in your text area. Let's say broken shingle. Done. And then this is going to bring me to another subform, and it's going to allow me to take pictures of my broken shingle. All right, I'm going to use that photo. I'm going to add some comments. Shingle needs to be replaced. Okay, select done. And this is a multi-paging subform. So if I need to take a picture of another area of the roof or of the shingle, I would just go back and collect another record. So there's another photo. And then once again, I would just put issues or comments, broken shingle. Okay. And then the rest of the fields are required as well. So these are select fields, and I'm just going to select which one applies. Okay. Select done. All right, so right now we're assuming that we're in an offline environment, but once we're connected to the internet, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to allow my record to sync to the cloud. And I have to wait for that confirmation to know that it has successfully synced to the cloud. Okay, great. So we received the confirmation, the synchronization was successful. Perfect. So the next form that I want to show is our barcode scanning form. It's going to be this one that says powered by Manatee. And the barcode scanner allows you to scan both 2D and 3D barcodes. So I'm going to scan my driver's license, and it does have both a 2D and 3D barcode associated with it. So when we scan the 2D barcode, what it's going to do is populate my barcode number. And when we scan the 3D barcode, it's going to populate all my information that's associated with my driver's license. Alrighty, so we're going to open up the form. Okay, we're going to click on tap to scan. And we're going to scan that first barcode, which is our 2D barcode. Great, so you see that my barcode number populated. And the next thing we're going to do is scan our 3D barcode. All right, awesome. So you see all my information populated, my name, my address, a little information about me, and we're all good to go. So we're going to select done. And once again, we're assuming we're in an offline environment. But once we're connected to the internet, we're going to pull down to sync our record to the cloud. Awesome. So we got that notification that our record was successfully synced to the cloud. The next form I'm going to show you is a more complex form. It's a health and safety incident report form. And it does have a lot of fields, and it also has subforms within it. But I just want to show you that with iFormBuilder, you can build simple forms and more complex forms. All right, so when I first go into the form, I see that some information has already populated. So my name is populated as well as my email. And then if you look at the form, these don't have any required fields, but I just want to go through and fill out some information just so you can see how this form works. So I'm just going to put the department that we're in, let's just say safety, phone number, 555-678-9090. Date and time of the incident. This is going to be a date field, so I'm just going to select today's date and the current time. Location of incident. This is going to be a location element, so it already has the latitude and longitude. I'm going to select done. Type of incident, and this is a select field. This is a text area, so I would just write all the details of the incident that occurred. This is also a text field, so I'm going to describe the outcome. And then this is a text field as well. And the next element, this is a subform. So this is also a multi-paging subform, just like the other form. And I'm going to be able to take a photo. All right, and I would write in any details associated with that photo. Then I can go back in if I need to take another photo. And then I can also type in the email address of whomever I would like to email this report to. Okay, once I have finished filling out the form, I'm going to select done. And then I'm assuming I'm in an offline environment, but now that I'm connected to the internet, I'm going to pull down and I'm going to wait for the confirmation that my record has successfully synced. All right, perfect. Okay, so I showed you some forms that I have on my device. The next thing that I want to do is go into app.iFormBuilder and build some forms with you. All right, and I'm already logged into app.iFormBuilder, but just to log in, you would use the same credentials that you use on your device. When you log in, this is the admin control panel that you see. And the first thing you're going to see is all the data. So all the records are going to show right here when you log in. So we're going to go into Form Builder. And to do this, you're going to hover over Forms. Then you're going to select Form Builder. All right, now that we're logged in, we're going to select in the top right-hand corner, Create Form. And we're going to label this form Demo 1. And within the form icons, you can select an icon from here, or you can attach the URL of a form icon you would like to use, as well as create a custom icon. So for this one, let's just go, we'll just go with this icon. All right, create. And I just want to build a simple form with you. So we're just going to have 3 elements. The first element is going to be a text field. And while we're looking at the elements, you can see that they're all organized alphabetically. So I'm going to select text. And the text is going to be your name here. All right. The next field I want to be a select field. So this is going to be your favorite food. And the last element that I want to add is a signature element. And I'm just going to name this sign here. So when you have a select element or a pick list element, you do have to have an option list associated with that. So what we're going to do is build an option list together. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to select option list. In the left-hand corner, we're going to select create list. And the option list is just going to be food. All right, and then we're going to search for the list that we just created. So it's going to be this one. All right, and we're going to label, the first option is going to be fruit. The next option is going to be pizza. And another option, let's just put, we can just put burgers. All right. So before you're able to assign this option list to your select field or to your select field or to your pick list, you do have to save it first. So you're going to select the save changes, and then it's going to allow you to assign this. All right, great. So now we see that the option list has been assigned to this element. So we're going to go ahead and save our form. All right, so our form has been saved, and this form is now going to be available on my device because I built the form. But if I did want to assign it to one of my users, I would go back to the admin control panel. I would go to form assignment. I would type in the name of that form, and then I would go ahead and assign it to the user that I would like to have access to view, to see the form. All right, so I'm going to share my device with you again, just so you can see the form that we created together. So our form was titled Demo 1. And we're just going to start collecting some data. So your name here, my name's Lisa, so I'm just going to put Lisa Smith. My favorite fruit, my favorite food is fruit, so I'm going to just select that. And then sign here, I'm just going to put my signature in this box. All right, select done. And once again, assuming that we're in an offline environment, but once we're connected to the internet, we're going to scroll down so our record could be synced to the cloud. Okay, perfect. So we received that confirmation. So now that we went over what iFormBuilder is, went over integrations, shared some customers and case studies, as well as showed you the front end and back end of iFormBuilder. If you have any questions, please drop them in please leave some comments. And you can also reach out to us via email and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you again for joining this webinar.